Well guys, how often have you seen somebody cleaning spark plug wires? Probably not too often. Here's a story on this. This is another one of these aggravating things that I had to deal with lately. Which it turned out good in the end, and I'll explain that. But I've been working on this car up here, this Dart, and this is the period of time, this stage of it is when I have to do a lot of running around getting parts. I don't go buy all my parts at one time. I usually just decide what I'm going to work on a particular week or so, and then buy all the parts for that, and then when I'm on to something else I buy the parts, and so on and so forth. So anyway, yesterday was Saturday, and today, guess what, today's Sunday. Yesterday was a beautiful day, and I had it in mind to go over. We have a one of these speed shops, I guess you could call it. It's a Performance. They sell aftermarket parts and things like that, and it's a pretty decent place. It's over in another county. It's about 60 miles from here. It's called CBI Performance, and I'm going to say their name because they pissed me off, and I'll tell you what happened. This place, like I said, is a pretty decent place. We had another place that was a hole in the wall. It's called Seco Performance. It's S-C-C-O. That's the word, Seco. And then there's a Summit Racing Superstore over in what's that town, Medano, Georgia, which is about 200 miles away. So I could head over there. I could order stuff by email, but I don't like ordering by email because I like having it in my hand at the end of the day. When I spend money, I like to pick something up and be able to carry it out with me. That's just how I am. So yesterday I thought, well, I'd like to have some quality performance plug wires, and that's the stage I'm at. I needed plug wires, and I was also going to buy a carburetor spacer, one of those phenolic carburetor spacers, because I didn't have one for that carburetor that I'm using. So I got in the car and headed over there, and this place's hours are an 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and I think it's, you know, somewhere around 9 to 3 or something like that on Saturday, closed on Sunday. And I've been over here before to this place. So I headed on over, and I drove and fought traffic and got over there and rolled up in the parking lot. And this place is out in the country too. It's not even on a main highway. Rolled up in the parking lot, and there's nobody there. The door's locked on a Saturday, even though the hours clearly state what their hours are. And I looked closer at the door, drove the car around and looked, and there's a little sign pasted to the door, written with a magic marker, says closed this Saturday the 19th. And so I wasted the whole trip over there. I didn't get what I wanted, you know, what I was looking for and all that. So what turned out good was that I had these plug wires, so I've been cleaning them up, and I'm going to use them for a little while. So that worked out good. I'm good on the plug wires. I still didn't get the phenolic spacer. I'll just have to do without it for right now. But here's the deal. I always have a deal that I want to talk about. Here's the deal. This is an ominous thing here that happened. I mean, this could have, you know, this could have sent me into a anger-fueled tailspin yesterday that would have ruined my whole day if I'd let it, because I'm one of these people, I'll just go ahead and admit, I'm one of these people that can stay mad about something all day, and probably used to be for several days. And thanks to a lot of self-discipline and relaxation techniques and going to church and just chilling out about things, I don't do that anymore. So what I did was I went on to had a real nice meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. I had a hamburger, very good. So that put me in a better mood, and I realized I still had these wires, so we're good. And then I promptly went to O'Reilly Auto Parts and spent about $100 on parts, part of which I could have spent at this place over there if they had been open. But here's the thing, like I was going to say, when you run a business, you need to be open when you say you're going to be open. This thing about, you know, and they're not the only place. This is what we deal with here in the South, because everybody's in a permanent state of semi-relaxation on the weekends, and they might be open and they might not be open. You know, all the tire places around here started closing on Saturdays. The muffler places, you couldn't get a muffler put on in this part of the country on Saturday if you bribe somebody. They're just not open, you know. And me, this thing about this thing about being closed sometimes and being open sometimes, that's, to me, that's a precursor of a worse thing. That's usually what happens not too long before they just stop being open on Saturday, and then they stop being open 5 days a week, and then they're closed for good, you know. And I don't even understand why this place is located so far out in the sticks out there in the cotton fields instead of being right on the main road. Maybe they get more business, you know. Go figure. I don't know. I'm just a bozo from Alabama. Maybe I don't know these things, but that's what I would have done. So anyway, there's their name, and if you have a need for parts around here, I'd suggest you first go to Summit Racing, who is consistently open when they say they're going to be open, and they have a much better selection. But if you have to, you can go to this place, but do it at your own risk. You better call them and make sure somebody's there to open the door and turn on the computer and take some money before you head out there. And I'm not trying to be a dickhead about it. I can understand if there's a funeral or something like that, but I can't believe that even if there was a funeral or a death in the family or what's going on, that there ain't nobody that they know can go run their store for them. That's kind of stupid. So anyway, you lost my money on the plug wires. Plug wires probably about $60 for those at least. And I had the money to spend on it, so I was going to, but I think I'll just use these now. And you know, I'm not going to get into it, but this is down here especially. This is the way retail is going down here. I just told you about the canopy. It may be before or after this video, but couldn't buy a canopy from Mega Mart. We know who that is because they don't carry enough of them anywhere. You know, people don't care anymore about doing good customer service. They just don't care. So anyway, guys, like I said, I'm actually in a pretty good mood despite the problems I've had, but I've dealt with it. And I'm cleaning up these plug wires. They're actually in very good condition. I don't think they've been used very much. So I'll deal with them. The hut down here in Alabama. You know, this is for working on cars. You know, you guys have probably heard me say here and there that I'm ready to get out of here because there's not enough quality anything here. And that's true. There's not. You know, we're not near a place where you can buy a good selection of hot rod parts. We're not near any good car shows. We're not near no cruises. We're not near no nothing down here. It's a DMZ of automotive down here in this part of the country. And if you don't know what the DMZ is, you may want to look that up, but that stands for Demilitarized Zone. That's like a no man's land. And that fits. And while I'm out here whining and boo-hooing, the last thing that's going on is my doggone internet's acting up again. And it's funny, I don't have Comcast. I have another competitor who sounds like Barter, but that's not their name. Actually, it's been pretty reliable, but last year when we had that tornado go through, it ripped the line down, ripped it off the house and screwed up some stuff, so they came and fixed it, and ever since then it's never really been totally reliable. So it's dropping in and out, and I basically can't use the internet right now, so I've called them in there. Of course, there again, it's the weekends or the hallowed ground, I guess, of business, economic commerce down here, because we'll get somebody out there tomorrow on Monday. Can't get them out on Sunday. We don't want to interrupt their barbecue. Even though you're a paying customer, you're just going to have to do without it for a day, you dopes. So anyway, guys, I'll let you go now. Here's what's up, and I got more coming on this, working right along, so I got to quit making videos for now and get busy. So glad to have everybody watching. I think everybody is kind of like me in this month of May. They have kind of, you know, it's getting warm out and everybody wants to get outside and do stuff, and I think we all kind of had a little dip in our interest level in video making, but I've got a lot to show you guys coming up, so stay tuned. We'll be back with more. Have a good one.